Hello, my beautifuls. How is everyone? We have an all-star panel tonight. Hey, Tina Cassie, Rondi Potter, Gemini 65, Canadian True Crime Buff. All right, you guys, we're going to be focusing on the Sebastian Rogers case. And I want us to focus our energy in a very positive way. That we think of bring him resolve, bring him back to us, right? So throughout this broadcast, I want you to look at his beautiful face. I want you to remember, share his picture out there, do whatever you can to bring awareness to your community. Because if you're doing it to your community and we keep sharing and sharing his missing poster and so forth, we just never know who's going to know something. Maybe they saw something, if not him, but they saw something suspicious. But let's talk about, now you guys do not get real hopeful, because I don't want to build hope that probably this has nothing to do with Sebastian. But a body, or it's actually isn't even a body. It says remains. Remains were found floating in a river in Mississippi. Okay? Now, it's interesting because at this point, authorities are not able to say they have a missing person that fits this whatever. They don't seem to have a missing person. So they're asking anybody that hasn't seen somebody in a couple weeks. So I don't know if that means that the body is a couple, or the remains. I can't say body. That ain't right. Remains. And it doesn't, do bones don't float, so I don't know. But we're going to look a little bit at locations as to where those allegedly remains were found versus the campsite versus Hendersonville and other things. But I felt like it was a time for us as family members to come together. Beverly Ward says Pearl River is very close to Jackson, Mississippi. Well, I'll show you what we got on the map, what we have. Hey, Canadian True Crime Buff Lovely. Hello, hello. Hey, Laura Williams says, I just saw that. Now, keep in mind, they're saying remains. We have no idea, anything. Nothing. They have not released anything. They have not even released next of kin or identity on this body. They have not even let go if it's a male or female. So, like I said, I don't want to build up a scenario and then we get, I don't want it to be him because it's remains. You feel me? So at the same time, I want resolved if that is something that happened to him. It's complicated, right? Beverly Ward goes on to say, I wonder if they know if it's human or animal. I believe it is human, but that's just to my knowledge. I wouldn't suspect that if it was a deer that they would be like, hey, go call your friends, right? I would assume that they are assuming. But then again, assumption can get you in trouble too. Lucy Lou Who says, I was hoping they would have found him by now. Me and everybody else too, lovely. Me too. Now, I got to thinking about the positioning. So let's get this fair use out of the way, my loves. Fair use disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So for members, I just want you to know I am going to be giving away a 1111 care package to someone today. So stay tuned to the very end. We're going to be lighting it up. Okay. And that's to a thank you to my members from our 1111 family, because they're the ones that send me all the good stuff to put in your care packages. Some of it is homemade, which is beautiful and loving and kind. Others of it is like organic rocks, like agates and all kinds of weird stuff getting put in these boxes. And they're a mystery box till you get it. Just all kinds of good stuff. So I am going to be having you light that up at the end of the show today. And I want to get back to you guys. Uh, Dana Lynn says, I don't think it's Sebastian. I have doubts too, love. I do too. Okay, so we've got our fair use out of the way. Let's look at this. Let's see, what do we want? This. So if we went from Lawrence County, Mississippi, which is here, which is where the remains were found, and then, I mean, it's a very big general, because I have no idea exactly, but in Lawrence County, then you can see that that's really close to Jackson. But then you can see Horn Lake, which is right next to Memphis, right here. This is about 4 hours between here from Horn Lake and Memphis to Lawrence, would be about 4 hours. Now, as another creator pointed out, allegedly, rumor on the street is that Christopher Proudfoot, on the day where all this blew up and all this, it was either that day or the next day when Sebastian was just missing, that he claimed his boss, now this is all alleged, he claimed his boss said he had to get the RV out of the area that it's in, which would have taken him back allegedly right here to Horn Lake. And then everybody on the YouTube streets that heard this rumor also believes that he is unaccounted for hours and hours and hours. Now, if that's true, I don't know, because I have not seen him say it. I have not seen Seth say it, or Katie, or gotten any police report. I'm just reporting literally rumors, and I don't know if they're true or not. What do you guys think about that? Hey, Ellie Andrews, welcome to Starlights. Dana Lynn, you want to win the box? Yes, it's from your 1111 family. Okay, Grace is saying she has heard, because I'm going to add that that this is a 29-year-old male found in Pearl River. Now, I don't have a link to share with you to validate that, so we're going to say that's what she heard. And like I started with, I didn't know if it would be anything or not, so. But I did want to look at this, so we're going to. I was curious. I was like thinking, which can be dangerous sometimes in true crime, because then your mind's like, what? If, okay, okay, this is so huge for me. It's a huge leap for me to even think Sebastian actually made it home. I don't know why that's so hard for everybody to understand, but it's just my opinion, and it's because I've heard that the real father, Seth, state that he could not tell who the world was in some black hoodie taking the garbage out. So to him, the last proof of life was at the restaurant. And so for me, I have to really jump and take a leap of faith. But let's walk this theory a minute, because I've heard others produce this concept, this theory. So especially a couple of our 1111 family members have suggested or have asked, is it possible, okay, let's say Sebastian made it home, that they just pulled into the carport, or the garage, I mean, and shut the doors down so there was no visual. Let's say he did take the garbage out. Let's go that route, that was him in the black hoodie. Okay, let's go that far. And now it's 10 o'clock. She's on the phone talking to Chris, and let's pretend she hears a thud, but doesn't check on him. Let's go with that. Now it's time to wake him up in the morning. And I find it so curious with what she states. She said, when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. And I'm thinking to myself, the only way that sentence even could make sense is, you go in there, you see somebody laying there, and you wake them up. You're like, hey, get up. Hello, get up. But they're not there. Like, they're gone. And then I was thinking about the correlation. It's Tennessee. It's another missing kid where the male father figure in the home is at work doing most of the talking during the interviews. Obviously a controlling person. We're hearing talk about essay all over the place in both cases. And there's so many similarities in the explanation from both parents. And then I was watching and I read these comments and I'm like, oh my golly, some of them literally will say to me, how dare you even suggest this mother had something to do with the disappearance of her son? How dare you? How can you even think that way? And I say, okay, listen to me. And this is what I reply. The mother did not call 911. Never. Never did. The mother did not call the real father who lives nearby to see if the child went there. The mother did not search for the child. And the mother left the state. 4 strikes. That's why. Claire Lou Davis says, hi, Mama D. Have you seen the other 2 lads' cases? 17-year-old Brian Britton DeBall went missing 25th of August 2023 from Memphis, Tennessee. He is Sebastian's age. Oh, wait. I've got a split in my screen. Oh, a split. Okay. He's Sebastian's split image and another lad. I have not. I will look into that. Thank you, Claire Lewis Davis. Gemini 65 says, I don't think he made it home. I don't either. But let's walk this scenario. So she hears a thud. She goes to wake him up, and he's not there. Right? What if, okay, he is on medications? This is another question everybody's wanting us to ask, TBI. Was there medication missing? Appropriately for the doses that he should have had? Was his medicine, because, I mean, you're supposed to have so many pills in there. You can literally count to see if there's enough in there or there's not. Was there extra medicine missing? And would there be a handoff? I mentioned it. Is there a possibility of a handoff? So we have heard that Katie herself claims, and it has been substantiated, that she did leave the house in her vehicle and that she went looking for Sebastian in her vehicle, and she claims that she went to the school or towards the school. Now, here's the thing. If Sebastian had been over-medicated accidentally that caused something to go wrong, I wanted to know how far Gallatin, which is where Proudfoot's family is from, was to Henderson, and it's 22 minutes. Because Seth claims that Chris Proudfoot's mother was already with Katie and the law enforcement when he got there. And I'm like, holy crap. How did she know to come that quick? Katie had time to call? And maybe she did. I don't know if I would have called my mother-in-law if my son was missing. I probably would have been frantically tearing apart every part of my attic. I don't know. What do you guys feel? It's not that far. It's 22 minutes. Dana Lynn says 4 strikes, you're out. And she says, oh, well, Mama D never thought of the meds. Sassy, in her opinion, says she has gone above the 3 strikes. It's not that far. But these are some of the questions that I have, and I was wondering, what are your questions about the case that we could, discuss? Because I'm open to other theories. And, I mean, you guys, I have a biggest question ever. And my 1111 family is one that asked this one. It wasn't my question. This was asked by several people. If Sebastian himself took the garbage to the curb, why did the dogs not hit on his scent trail? Hey, Dreams. Ellie Andrews says, maybe her drive to school was to dump stuff, i.e. meds. Well, and maybe that's where she was like, oh, and give me his shoes so it looks like he was home all night. Robin, or maybe that's why she couldn't pay. I mean, you guys, I hate to say this, but she has a garage. What am I saying? I'm saying if she put him in something and handed that something off to someone, where is she going to be seen at? Robin York Groom says, allegedly, rumor has it, that someone out there in the YouTube world, or actually this happens to be Facebook, is reporting that Chris's mom, well, what they said, it wasn't that Chris's mom was, but they said they saw a vehicle that looked similar, if not the same, in liking to Chris's mom, sitting up by the school at 5:45 a.m. But it's all alleged, it's all rumor. Jill Elaine says, this is the weirdest case. I don't think he made it home either. Gemini65 says, yep, I thought of this too, about the garage. I wish he didn't have a garage. You know? I know that sounds crazy. But I feel like a lot of stuff could either not be hidden or could be hidden. We have not heard the answer to that. Tina Cassie says, did they ever produce the clothes he was wearing last? We have not heard the answer, nor do we know if they were even asked for that. All we know is that Seth allegedly texted TBI and asked that, and the sheriff. Sergeant King says, nowhere. It just blows my mind that Summer Wells hasn't been found, and now we're looking at this. I mean, it's like talking to, like the intelligent version of Dawn and Candace Wells, in my opinion. The man who isn't there is constantly talking over her. In fact, he says when the interviewer, and the very first interviewer, I believe it was the first one, God help me if I'm wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, it was one of the first interviews, asked him if Sebastian could have went out other doors. And Chris said, we would have heard that. How would he have heard it if he's in Memphis, y'all? I'm sorry for yelling. How would Chris Proudfoot hear anything if he's in Memphis? Who's we? I mean, if I was alone by myself and I said we in front of my parents, they would have asked me if I had worms. Who are you referring to when you say we if you're alone? Do you got worms? I know that sounds weird, but that's a Southern thing. It doesn't make sense. Madam Van Cook, aw, thank you, lovely. Have you ever tried Skyring over the map for Sebastian's, whereabouts? I know you have the gift of intuition. Much love and many blessings. Aw, I got to heart yours. I've never been able to do that. Thank you, Madam Panic. No, actually, I've never tried that. And we do have another channel for all that good stuff. We could do that. I'm so frustrated in this case. Like, I just felt like we needed family time, right? Family secure time where we could hash through this and I could see if I'm losing my mind or not. Because to me, if that child walked out of his house, a couple things would be ringing true to me, in my opinion. Because it's logical. The asphalt and the cement on bare feet would have left skin cells and scent. Socks are notoriously absorbent. That's why we wear them, to absorb our sweat, right? That would have also left a very strong scent. If Sebastian made it home, I believe there would have been a scent. If Sebastian actually took the garbage out, why didn't the dogs? That should have been right away the first scent that the dogs hit on. But we don't hear that. So again, I always get stuck back at the Texas Roadhouse, and that's where I'm left. Just like I'm stuck at the horse pond with Summer. It really bothers me. It's like after that moment, we have nothing. We literally have nothing. I don't know, you guys. It really bothers me. Dreams says the latest thought of mine. Here we go, you guys. Let's listen to this. Dreams says the latest thought of mine. I think the footprint by the waterway. He was put in the water, clothes in plastic bag. He was given new clothes to toss, sent off. Shoes, after rinse, given to somebody else. Okay, I follow you. So I think what you're saying, Dreams, is it was a decoy. Like that was where they took the clothing that this child may have had on, rinsed him off in the water, put him in a plastic bag, is what you're saying. I'm not sure why that would happen, but okay. And then the shoes and the plastic bag are handed back off to the mother, and then boom. I don't know. Gemini 65 is saying, she's talking about Summer Wells' case and Sebastian Rogers' case, and she says it's so creepily similar, in my opinion. Yeah, that's true. Dana Lynn says, hit the like button for Mama D. Says, to be honest, when I watched the very first Chronicles of Olivia interview, I thought Katie was referring to Seth when she said something like, I called my husband and told him our child was missing. No, she was telling her husband, which is Chris Proudfoot, who was allegedly in Memphis, right? Rondi Potter says, I saw show on dogs who track for people and trainers said they can't track on asphalt. Has anyone ever heard that? Yes, that is true. Absolutely true. So, in the Teresa Halbach, Stephen Avery case, we had an incident that happened down on a place called Cuss Road, which is behind the Avery salvage yard. Now, a crime allegedly took place there of significance, and that never got made public. All we were told is it had nothing to do. Can you imagine you're looking for a missing person, and behind it, within less than a quarter mile, there's a hubbub where something, where dogs are hitting on, like, seriously, and they're like, nothing to see here, ever. Like, nothing happened down here on Cuss Road. Well, anyway, make a long story short, the dogs were actually actively searching the Steve Avery place. Some of them allegedly hit all the way down to Cuss Road. Like, that's where they went to. And the sheriff at the time met those handlers, even though he was handling both cases, and he's like, go away. Nope, nope, nope. You can't bring the dogs down here. It's a completely different case. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, when that all happened, we learned that directly, and I mean almost instantaneous, it was something like 24 hours or 36 hours, that an asphalt delivery guy came forward and told us, and we validated where he worked. I then drove there to see if it had actually looked like it had ever been re-asphalted, and it did. He alleged that he had to dump asphalt there and smooth it out on Cuss Road's cul-de-sac little turnaround there deep in the woods by that deer campment. So we all, as a team with big people, I say big people, I'm talking people that have credentials, all dug into it, and sure enough, asphalt buries DNA, like the scent for a dog. And you can't get DNA out of asphalt either, I don't believe, to the best of my knowledge, until somebody tells me otherwise. It's got more information. Rondi Potter says, okay, yeah, I read that. Elmer Wood says, in my opinion, Sebastian was overstimulated from the day. Amen. I'll second that. Had a meltdown. It was being difficult on the way home. Katie is lonely. CP can't come home. She resents Sebastian and snaps. All in my opinion. Now, I could go with your theory because it can sound logical. However, in my my little opinion, which is just my opinion, I'm entitled to that. I smell premeditation. I'm just saying. I smell premeditation. I really do. I smell it like, you get that weird feeling when you're watching summer wells jump in front of a red barrel that says for sale, and then it's within a day or two, the child's gone. I mean, boom, right? How far do you got to go? And it to me, it screamed premeditation. And the fact that we don't have security cameras, that this was the only night that sounds like Seth saying the place was so dark, all you could see was a little flashlight and some silhouette at the garbage can. Can't tell who it is. Allegedly, some neighbors are saying it was completely a blackout that night. Katie is telling Nancy Grace that it was completely dark, that the only light on was her little tiny solar power lights, and she's the one home. But you have Chris Proudfoot and everybody else saying, nope, the lights are on all the time. Not apparently that night. I'm just saying. Why would the lights be out that night? Why would they be on a three-way call? I mean, a 3-hour call, three-way call. Oh my gosh, it is the threes. It just really makes you wonder. It really makes a person wonder. Now again, if we go into any other case, I'm going to give you the 4 credentials that are going to absolutely cause me to be back on the parents' trail on a new case, so that you don't think I'm preferencing any case. If, okay, the mother or father, whoever the child is with, doesn't call 911 for help, that's a red flag. Big. If the mother or father, whoever is with the child, does not actively search for the child, that's another red flag. If the mother or father, or whoever had the child, leaves the state that the child went missing from within, I would say, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe even longer than that. Like, I don't know if I could ever leave, but that's me. I would freak out. How would CP know what the status of the lights was if he wasn't home? Interior Family Studios, you got a gold star. Boom. Amen. Sergeant King, it's hard to believe a 15-year-old had only 3 pair of shoes. They weren't spending much money on Sebastian, in my opinion. I agree. Beverly Ward says, I smell premeditated as well. I can't believe the home wasn't handled as a crime scene to begin with. Should have looked for clothes, blood, etc., in my opinion. I agree with all of you. Now, I asked a poll. Let me see, where's the poll? Oh, shoot, where'd the poll go? Okay, let me go back over to the poll. Let's get this off the screen. Let's see. Un momento. I got to go the long route to get to the poll. I want to see what our question was and what you guys had to say about it. We're going to be giving away that gift box pretty soon to give back from your 1111 family to your 1111 family. I'm excited to do that. We need a little perk me up for members. You guys have really, our channel's growing at an exponential amount. And we have really not had a lot of quality time to just kind of catch our breath together. And for me to have a chance to say thank you to you. And I want that. I want to be able to say that. Okay, we're going to go over to this poll. Let's see. I'll show it to you once I get rolling. Aw, Dreams, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. And welcome Scott, Steph, Rumble Long Hair, Storm Dancer, Darlene Wolf, Cherish 63, and... Oh, that's everybody. Thank you, lovely. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to match you. How about it? Now you gave away more than that. Look at that. We've got Helene 757, Diana R, Nicola Moody, Ellie Cat, and Rainy Day. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. All right, let's get into this here. What is our poll? Okay. The question was, this was 587 votes. Let me get it on the screen for you before I go much further and you can't see it. Okay. 590 votes. Hurry up, get your votes in, you guys. Get your votes in. If parent refuses to search for their child, do you feel that tells of guilty knowledge? 88% out of 596 people, 88% said yes. 10% said no. And to the option, the parent should leave the state, 2% felt that was a good idea. Oh, Lordy, you guys kill me. I love you. I do find it interesting that Gallatin is only 22 minutes away to Hendersonville, right? And we heard from Seth say that when he arrived, that Katie's mother-in-law was already there with her when he got there, and he was just watching and taking it all in. How interesting. So if they had a head start and they made it all the way to here, I'm just saying, if, right? If. Okay, let's go back to this. Let's get rid of this, and let's leave it on there. Oh, I have a big correction to make. It was not, okay, from day before yesterday, when we do lives, we're bound to make mistakes or say something wrong, and it's retrograde. But I want to make sure I clear this up to everybody, and I answered every single person I could, and I pinned a comment of the corrections. So before you call me out on a correction, you need to go check the pinned comment. If it's already been caught, I have posted the correction to any live, because as you know, a live means it's recorded, so I can't go back and edit it. It's a live. Anyway, so I choose to post any corrections, which I'm bound to make more mistakes in my life. I'm human. It was not Chris knocking 3 times. It was not. You can visibly, in the bigger screen of the video, see that it is Katie, and she's tapping. I'm doing it now. 3 times with her finger. Try and remember that. She was trying to cue herself up. But it still does not deflect or take away from, in my humble opinion, that she was trying to get back to the anchor of the subject. Aw, Dana Lynn, I'm so glad that you say that you feel so welcome here, lovely. Welcome, welcome. Interior Family Studios, one of our mods, as well as Sassy. And who else do we have here? I think that's who's with us right now. But a shout out to all our beautiful mods. But Interior Family Studios and Sassy and all our mods would like to welcome all the beautiful Starlights. It's this little fun thing we do on the backside. A joyful dolphin. Hello, lovely. Hello. All right, you guys. So I have another question, but it is not on. It's a hard question to ask. I just find it so strange how protective. I'm gonna leave it this way, so I'm not drawing a conclusion. How's that? I personally find it that I am uncomfortable with how protective Chris is of his RV. That's all. Like, he's always got to be with it at all times. Like, it's weird to me. What do you guys feel? Any thoughts on that? Yes, our mods are beautiful. Hey, Robin Davis Ducksworth. Missed you, lovely. You guys are here. You're here. You're here. All right. I want you to start lighting it up. I'm going to pick somebody randomly. You're just going to have to trust me. I'm going to spin it to win it. So I want you to light it up. So if you've never lit it up, lit it up, what you're going to do is you're going to type the @ symbol, and then you're going to type exactly the way the name of the channel is written on YouTube, which is 11:11, capital TRUE, capital CRIME. Go ahead, light it up. I'm going to let you light it up. Now, I'm going to tell you a really sad story. I know, you're like, why? Well, it's to bring a point to a head. But I'm going to let you guys light it up so I have the Bana wheel, the Wheel of Fortune to spin, and I can grab someone. It'll be a little fairer. So feel free to, spam it, because you can be in the drawing several times. I'm going to just grab one of you, and that's the person that's going to email me, and I'm going to get this gift box off in the next week to you. Okay, so light it up. So I'm going to try to tell one of my own experiences as to why I feel that I would never be able to leave the state if my child was missing. This has nothing to do with the child. I was either 12 or 13, and we became homeless because I was with my real mother, who was a drug addict and other things. And we were living in her car, which was a beat-up old Mustang, and everything she owned and I owned was packed in this. And literally, we didn't hardly have anywhere to, hunker down in it because of the amount of stuff in the car. But it was the winter, and it was Montana, and so the stuff insulated us. So, of course, the worst idea would be to allow a child to have a pet when you're homeless. Well, I don't know if the universe allowed it or what, but somehow a little puppy walked up to me at the park, and I tried to find owners all day, and nobody wanted the puppy. And at night, I finally decided at that age that I was going to keep the puppy. I didn't know how I was going to feed it. I had no idea, but I was going to love on this puppy. And I did real good for a couple weeks. And then our car, we left the car. My mother took me, and I don't remember where we went. All I remember is standing there and her having a complete meltdown because the car had been towed away while we were gone with everything we owned in it, including her billfold with her ID. And so at this point, we were two human beings, and we had nothing now. Nothing. And to make a long story short, I ended up losing the puppy too. Yeah. Before we ended up begging to stay at family member's house, and they allowed us to stay in the basement. Because nobody wanted my mother there. She was a drug addict, right? But I was a tag-along invisible kid even at 12. When I hit 13 is when I grabbed hold of my life and literally was like, I'm out of here, and ran away and went to my real dad. But up to that point, I was one of those kids. So when the car got towed away, I don't know how, but in all this confusion, the dog got lost. I looked down and he was nowhere. And I walked until literally, you guys, I had bloody heels in my little worn out big shoes that had been from some kid. I walked for days and days, over and over. I would start at the very point I lost him every day, and I would walk it and walk it and walk it and walk it, and I'd keep spiraling out till I was at the outer city limits. I'd talk to everybody I knew and never found that doggy that was 45 years ago. For all I know, a neighbor saw the dog, picked it up, fed it, took care of it, but in my heart, I had somehow been a neglectful parent to this puppy. And it literally... So if that's how you react to a dog, how can you leave not knowing where your baby is? Just asking. All right, we've got a lot of people here. I still miss that baby. I still miss that puppy. It was like a mutt. It had Alaskan Malamute, I think, because it had blue eyes. It was just, a puppy. It was so cute. And I've always thought as an adult, somebody had to grab the puppy because it was so cute. And trust me, I never seen him flat nowhere. And you know what I mean by flat because I looked. All right, spinning it. And boom, Randy Potter. And that's spelt with an I. Or Rondi, sorry. Rondi Potter. Now, if the mods would be so kind to add my email address, rubberducky2005 at Yahoo, make sure it's yahoo.com. That way I can get your ship to address and send it to you. And congratulations to Rondi Potter. You are the winner tonight. I'm going to do that again next week on Sunday when we do Members Live. And I want to again share with you guys back because 1111 family, they in the past have sent so many beautiful, caring, loving items. And so every once in a while I like to go through it and create this little care package that just shows that the universe picking somebody, because that's how I do it when I spin the wheel, is who the universe, the 1111 family is saying deserves a pick-me-up, to know that you are loved, you are respected, you are cherished, and we welcome you to embrace that, knowing that if you were asking, to have like a sign from the universe of care, TLC, that you matter, that you're never alone. That's what this little care package comes with in every little item that I package. And when I pack this up, I literally take into my heart all our 1111 family, and I handpick all these different things and I pack them up. And so it could get strange. Things are unrelated, but they're all beautiful items. And everybody in the past, which is a lot of people that have received these individual unique boxes, have always sent me these incredible emails about how it uplifted them exactly at the right time in their life. And so that's what our 1111 family wants to give back to all of you. In the meantime, today, I would honestly like us to take a few minutes to put all of our theories aside. I want to, let me do this real quick. Whoops. I opened the wrong window. I want you to look at Sebastian. Let me do. How can I do it? Let's get that out there. There we go. I want you to look at Sebastian. I want you to think about him and what he has given us back is awareness. April is Autism Awareness Month. And it's a month where we're looking for an autistic child. As parents, you cannot imagine, neither can I, what it's like to have a missing child. I have no idea what I would do or what I would say. I do know I would look for my child. I do know that. I do know I would call 911. And I do for a fact know I would not leave very far from where my child was last seen. But putting that aside, I'm trying, y'all. I want you to put good energy toward him. Just clear your aura, clear your mind, and just look at him with unconditional love. And know that the universe has him in some way, in some capacity. The universe knows where Sebastian is. And though it may be a recovery at this time, it may be. What did he bring to our hearts? He brought to our hearts a learning sense of being compassionate, of understanding how it must feel to walk through life where everybody sees you in your home as sneaky, right? He was always sneaky. He was snuck around. Is always needy. What a place to be. And yet, Sebastian himself always seemed to have a smile. Everybody in the school has talked about, according to Seth, how he was goofy, he was funny, he was loving. He managed to have a decent attitude, most of the time, right? All kids are all kids are moody, right? All adults are moody too. And what I think about is this is a kid. Think about when you were a little kid, you guys. You had hopes, you had dreams, you thought of things, of what you wanted to be when you grew up and what you wanted to do. And it's heartbreaking to think that there are parents that don't want that too. I'm not saying that his parents don't. I'm just saying there are children that don't have. I mean, yeah, it looks like, the Charlie Chocolate Factory on the outside. But what goes on behind closed doors could be completely different. So when we say Sebastian's strong, we're not talking about us. We're not strong. In numbers, yes. We're not really strong. No, we're talking about this guy right here, Sebastian. He is strong. He was strong. Mentally, emotionally, he was strong. I've begun to wonder something, and I'm going to end it here. And I don't know. Some people can call me crazy. Heck, like I tell you, I'll pull the tinfoil hat up for you. I'll put it on my own head. I don't care. But when people talk about the 144,000 chosen, are they the ones that go missing, that bring the awareness to us, that uncover the dark secrets that'll protect millions or hundreds, I don't know, whatever the number is, of other children? Are we now more aware as a society on a whole of how high risk these children could be to abuse? Are we more aware how susceptible and vulnerable they are? And how strong they have to be to put up with people's opinions there in their face? Being accused of horrific things to a grandmother? But are the 144,000 the ones that wake us up? I don't know. I know I love all of you for doing what you do, for trying your best to keep his name out there and the other missing kids out there. And to all those people that are obnoxiously saying, oh my God, this person is exploiting missing children and making money off of them. Listen, that's like saying to a doctor, you're making money off of the sick. You're making money off of the dying. That's like saying to a police officer, you're making money off of crime. That's like ridiculous. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have to make a living, and I chose my job to bring awareness on missing children. But I don't ask for money ever. The advertisers pay it. So, yes, I make an income. It does allow me to get on here. It does allow me to speak about Sebastian. It does allow me to talk about Summer Wells. It does allow me, and I feel honored. I feel privileged. And I feel the universe has blessed me to be able to do that. But I also worked for 6 years for the wrongful conviction of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. And I didn't make a dime for 6 years. And that's verifiable. So I do it out of the goodness of my heart. And so do you. So for all those nasty haters out there that just get on there and show somebody else's channel and do nothing but criticize the person to the point that they're calling them horrible things like crackpots and making fun of them because they do tarot, you're about as lazy as a pig. You don't even do any work for these kids. You're making the same money I am off of me and and you're saying that I'm the one making money off of these children. You're making money off the back of me. So, I suggest you open a book and learn how to do your own work. Quit copying everybody else. That shows you're lazy. And by the way, just so you know, I watched your program one time, and now we'll see legally what happens. Just so you know. Hey, Dana Lynn. Love to you. And don't forget, by the way, that little channel that likes to cause all this nasty hate, literally call themselves the haters. Yeah. Don't forget, I can research like nobody else. I can give it to my lawyer. Just ask. Never once in my life have I asked for a dime. I just say thank you when the universe and my 11 families and others gift to me. And I do work hard. I work darn hard as. I try my best. Yes, of course I make mistakes. I'm a human being. I'm just a mom. How many times do I got to say that? I'm a mom. If you're a mom and you never made a mistake in your life, raise your hand. Oh, whoa. Where? I don't see anybody. But I will say something. This person literally said that they wanted to get offline after putting all that hate on me and calling me all this stupid shit and all this negativity. She wanted to get offline and go to let the kids swim and get out in the grass because she likes nature, and she might smoke some because she's old enough. Yeah, that's the kind of people. Don't ever click on their channel again. I will not. Don't give them a view. Don't give them energy. Never say their name. Never, ever give them, and they will never get another drop publicly of my energy. However, I'm just letting them know, heads up. Go ahead, tag me all you want. It's being forwarded. Yep. I love you guys. Remember, spread love because we love each other. And we love Sebastian. And we want to get his name out there. Please try to remember, if you can't share like a physical poster of Sebastian, there are digital ones out there on our community tab, as well as you can go to 1-800-TBI, or not 1-800, that is a number. Call 1-800-TBI Pines if you know anything that can literally, factually help the Sebastian Rogers case. However, if you're looking for the TBI poster, literally Google TBI, it comes up as a download digitally, and you can share it with all kinds of places in your community. They can print it right there if they want and put it up on anything they want, or you can literally print it. And if you need funding, let's say $5, $10, because you need to be able to print the poster, you don't have to do any of that. Go to explanation, Finding Sebastian Rogers, exclamation point, at Facebook, on Facebook, and let them know you need flyers to put them up in your area. I love you guys. I know, Sassy, I'm not trying to get this little tiny channel any clicks and views, so I refuse to say who. I don't want anybody else to either. I'm just saying, that was absolutely appalling. I have never in my life seen anybody so uncouth and disgusting and rude and nasty in my life. Of course, she only had a few viewers. But I was like, this human being actually exists? She's actually a true, like, negative person. And, like, she attacks all channels, not just ours. Anybody working on a missing kids case, she calls them exploiters. Yet she's making money by showing all the channels, and she literally just tears them apart and I'm saying derogatory names and all kinds of stuff is what she says. It's really, really bad. All right. Well, I do love you guys, and yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But like I said, I sent it away because it was so derogatory and it was personal attacks, like calling me names and stuff and all kinds of stuff. It wasn't like, listen to this person, I don't believe what she says, she's got it wrong. No, 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 no. It was derogatory names and stuff. I've got it in print and I've got her video sent. So karma is real. It comes back. I'm letting the universe handle it. And that's all I got to say about that. Yep, there it is. Sassy just showed you the Sebastian Rogers Facebook site that can help you get right into where his flyers can be got a hold of. Literally, if you could put up 10 a week even. Can you imagine if every single person, we had 800, we still have 600. If every single person that views this were to put up 10 pictures, 10 flyers of Sebastian in their area, you just never know. We might find him. I love you guys so incredibly much. Carrie Starr says that statement she made got me from the beginning, waking him up, and he's not there. What? Okay, WTF. Sounds like he is not here, as in he's gone, not just missing. I agree, Carrie. It does make me think that, too. Dream says, you are amazing, beautiful soul. I unfollowed them. Thank you. I don't want any of my mods going over there. We'll never speak of them again. Give them no energy. We share love. You know, if anything, it taught me that there are really nasty people out there, and so we need to stay clear of them. Like, that is our best bet, is stay clear of very negative energy so that it doesn't swipe us wrong, right? Thank you, Canadian True Crime Pup. I think you guys are awesome. With that, have the best rest of your weekend you can. I will be back on tomorrow, on Monday, and we're going to be back onto the Idaho 4 caves because we got something to talk about. We got to talk. I mean, literally, this, oh yeah, this is where we're going to be frustrated. You guys are amazing starlights. All right, congratulate Rondi Potter. I will put a community post. I'm making a note now to our winner, Rondi Potter. Make sure email me lovely at rubberducky2005@yahoo.com. And the rest of you, I love ya to the moon and back. Here's a little song by Brandon Maddox, and the name of it is Time Will Tell on You. Make sure, check out the link down below where I've got it pinned and show him some love. This is all original by him. And I personally dedicate it to Sebastian.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on